I've seen a ton of videos on YouTube lately about ways that you can make money with woodworking, and a lot of those videos are great, but I want to do something different. So in this video, I'm going to be the first to show you how you can lose money with woodworking. And this is actually really unsurprisingly easy. Most woodworkers are already very naturally good at this, but if you're struggling to lose money with this hobby, I am going to let you in on all of my secrets today with today's project as an example. For today's project, I'm making a barrel, which if you go online on Menards.com, you can actually buy a real wooden barrel for about 120 bucks. But that would be way too cheap, so instead I'm going to buy a bunch of 1x10s and some glue and use the thousands of dollars of tools that everybody has in their garage to build a barrel instead. And the first step of making this barrel is going to be breaking down these 1x10s into smaller boards that are going to make the sides, or what are called the staves, of the barrel. And each 1x10 is going to make 4 of these staves or sides, and I bought 6 of these 1x10s, so that's enough for 24 staves, which will make a pretty good sized barrel. And with the boards cut to length, the next problem I got to deal with is that these boards are too straight. And I did buy these boards from Menards, so there's already a good amount of warp or bend to them, so I'm off to a good start, but I'm going to need them to be a lot more bent for this project to work. So to get some more bend, I'm going to be using my circular saw to make a few relief cuts in each of these boards so that I can kerf bend them into the shape that I want. And after a few test runs, I found that 7 equally spaced cuts in each of the boards gave me the perfect amount of bend for what I was looking for. And now I can just fill all those cuts that I just made with some of that glue that I bought earlier. And that glue that I bought is a very thick wood glue, which is great for kerf bending. I use this for basically all my kerf bending projects now, this Tight Bond Quick and Thick. Just because, like it says, it's a very thick glue, so it's good at filling voids. So I can just fill all the kerfs with that glue, clamp up the board into the bent shape that I want, and then once the glue sets or dries, I can unclamp the board, and it's going to hold that bent shape. At which point, I can further break down the board by ripping it in half at my table saw into 2 staves. And now for probably the hardest part of making a barrel, which is making these staves actually fit together in a barrel shape. Because if you look at a real barrel, the staves are not just angled, but they're also curved along each edge so that the staves can actually fit together. So it's a very weird shape, and to make this very weird shape, angled and curved cut, I'm going to have to do some weird stuff that probably isn't going to make sense, but bear with me. Basically, I'm going to start by cutting a bunch of 2x6 scraps into a ton of these spacer blocks, and I'm cutting these spacer blocks at 7.5 degrees on my table saw. And these spacer blocks are completely sacrificial. They are literally just going to be turned into dust in the next minute or so. But they're also very necessary, so I need to hot glue each of these spacer blocks onto both sides of every stave. And with those angled spacer blocks glued on, I can now run both sides of every stave through my joiner until the spacer blocks are just completely eaten away. And the purpose of those spacer blocks is really just to lift up the middle area of the stave so that only the 2 ends of the stave are making contact with the joiner knives. And then after a few passes, the edge becomes perfectly curved and angled at that 7.5 degrees. Now I have 22 of these staves, and they're all angled and curved along each of the edges. But my next problem is actually getting all 22 of those sides to hold together into a barrel shape. It's going to be very difficult to hold or clamp all 22 sides of the barrel together. And my fix for this is to buy 178 biscuits and cut 356 slots in all my staves so that I can align them properly and friction fit them together without having to struggle with a bunch of clamps. And you'll notice I actually didn't use any wood glue for putting together these staves, and that is because this was actually just supposed to be a dry fit. I was just seeing if all my parts would fit together right now, but as it turned out, they fit together really well, or too well, the friction fit was super tight and I did not want to have to deal with taking it back apart, so I just didn't. But I did run a bead of black hot glue along every joint of the barrel, and this will help a little bit with keeping the barrel together, at least until I get the bands on the barrel. But the main purpose of this was really just to fill in and highlight all the cracks and voids in this barrel. So with the barrel fully put together, I can sand off all that extra hot glue, leaving just the cracks and voids filled, and also completely destroying a sanding belt in the process. And barrels are never actually made out of pine, so I need to stain this barrel, and for that I bought this oak stain, which turned out really, really good. And now to add the bands, and a real barrel would have metal bands, but I don't really want to do that. Instead, I'm just going to use a bunch of rope, and I'm just going to layer it up and glue it around the barrel a bunch of times to make the bands. And honestly, I just did this out of pure laziness. Rope is so much easier to work with than metal, especially with my tools. I have mostly woodworking tools, so I didn't want to deal with metal work and a bunch of sparks in my shop. But I still think that the rope band turned out great, just definitely different. Now I just need to make the top and bottom of the barrel, which should be pretty easy. All I really have to do is cut out a circle. The only real challenge with this is I don't want to buy any more wood, so I have to get a little creative with the 1x10 scraps that I have left to glue up a blank that'll be large enough. And as you can see, I had just enough to get the job done, so I cut out that top and bottom, stained it to match the rest of the barrel, and then I was done with those parts. And now on to my next problem, which is trying to figure out how I can actually attach the top to the rest of the barrel. And after a little bit of research that I probably should have done before starting this project, I learned that real barrels have staves with a groove cut in them so that the top can fit into the staves. And obviously I can't do that now because the bands on my barrel are already glued in place. But what I can do is use some more of that rope to create a lip on the inside edge of the barrel for the top to sit on. And for a real barrel, this would be an absolutely terrible solution. It would leak everywhere, but for my purposes, it's kind of nice to have a barrel top that isn't permanently fixed in place. That way I can take the barrel top off and store stuff inside the barrel, which is pretty cool. Anyways, when I said that I was done with the barrel top earlier, I actually lied because after looking at the whole barrel with the top and bottom in place, it just felt like something was missing. So I looked up pictures of barrels online to see if I was missing anything, and I noticed that a lot of barrels will have stamps or engravings in the top and sides. So I want to replicate that, so I took a picture of this Jack Daniel's barrel top as a reference, and then I created my own design, and now I'm using that design with my XTOOL P3 to engrave the top. By the way, huge shout out to XTOOL for this laser cutter. I've been using it a ton for my Etsy orders and it absolutely rules. I had an XTOOL S1 that I bought with my own money before they collaborated with me, and that laser was also awesome. This one is even more awesome. It's super high tech and has all these cool features that make it feel all futuristic. I feel like I'm Iron Man when I'm using it. But anyways, I'll talk about the laser, the P3 in another video, but now back to the barrel, which is done being engraved. So I spray painted the whole thing black, and then I'm going to sand off all the extra paint so that only the engraved letters will be black. And then I have to restain the top again. It was still looking a little plain, so I made another stencil out of just some cardboard scraps to add some more markings to the front of the barrel. So here's the final barrel. It looks so freaking cool. I'm very happy with it. This barrel is completely useless. It will absolutely never function as a real barrel, but it also only cost me $130 to make, which is only $10 more than I would have spent to buy a real barrel. So pretty good deal, unless you consider the cost of labor and tools, in which case I probably spent a lot more than that and I may have severely overpaid. No, but on a serious note, I honestly never actually cared about saving money with this project. I just really wanted to make my own barrel. And I did. And that is the point of this video, is that it is really, really cool to make your own stuff, even if you have no reason to do it. I get a lot of comments from people that are truly baffled by why I would ever want to make anything when I could just buy it for cheaper and save so much time and money. And I have no good argument against these comments because they are completely right. When I really think about it, a lot of the stuff that I'm making, it makes no sense for me to be making it. But I get to say that I made it. I get to say that I made this barrel, and for whatever reason, that is so cool to me. I get so much pride from the things that I make, and I wish other people could experience that. So I truly hope that this video has inspired you or given you permission to go waste some time doing something that you love. Also, I actually made 2 of these barrels, and this video is just the first part of a much bigger home bar build video, which should be coming out next, or maybe the video after next. So be on the lookout for that. And also a huge thank you to LeFort for helping me with this project. I am definitely pronouncing the name of that company wrong, but they helped me out a ton, and like I've been saying in this video, woodworking can be pretty expensive, and this bar build is going to be very big and very expensive, but LeFort is making this project a lot cheaper for me because they are providing the bar fridge for this build, so I just have to worry about lumber costs and the fun part of actually making the bar. So go check out LeFort. They make a bunch of very high-end wine coolers and refrigerators if you're looking for something like that. They have a discount code set up for my viewers. So check that out if you want. It seriously does help me out even when people just click on the links to these brands that support me. It allows me to do what I love. But even if you just watch my videos, that is more than enough. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.